Hey folks, Nick with Kognitos again. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the help application that we have, or the help applet, I suppose, that we have set up within the bounds of Kognitos, because it is really that helpful, right? And so generally when you think of help, you think of support and reaching out to people. And indeed that is one of the functionalities of our help functionality, for lack of a better term. But there's more to be said here about the help functionality. So down here at the bottom left, we have this little help icon. You click here, it opens up a chat window. Nothing too fancy, just showing, hey, there's a little chat. Now, where this gets really, really helpful is that we've actually inserted artificial intelligence in front of our live agents, right? So you can still get to a live agent, and indeed we have people available 24/7, but that's not how I like to use it, and I like to use it for our POCs because the way we have it set up is you put in a question and it's going to look through our documentation to try and answer your question before we get you to a person. And believe me, this is tremendously helpful because it just points you in the right direction, the right document. At the very least, points you in the right direction of the right documentation. In most cases, provides you with an example of how you would structure something. And so I wanted to dedicate some time to this to show you how it functions. So first, I'm going to just go into this help agent and I'm going to put in something like, how do I remove a character from a word? Okay, so and this is like, let's say that we have an underscore in file names and I just want to make that, I want to take that out or I want to replace it. So we can do, how do I remove a character? And what it's going to do is it'll intercept this message from me by the artificial intelligence, and it's going to look around our documentation trying to answer this. And so here it actually gives me a perfect example of setting the variable, use the remove command to remove the character from the variable. So here we have a nice, great outline of how that would work. Now, here's where it gets even better, is if we click on this, it provides a reference, and I can click on the source text manipulations, and this is going to take me over to the documentation. This is docs.kognitos.com. That is publicly available, and it'll go over how we do string manipulation or text manipulation within the bounds of Kognitos. So you can go through here and we can do a quick search for remove. There, so we can say remove repetitive words. I must have missed it. So, but in here we'll have text manipulation, and so we can find find different ways to manipulate text within here. So that's the first thing that I wanted to show you, and if we wanted to, we could even say, how do I replace a character in a word? And so this should point to roughly the same thing. I know that this functionality is really just swapping out the word remove with replace, but just to put it through its paces, I'll show you how this functions. And so we see it's coming back with roughly the same thing, and sourcing text manipulation. So now, one other thing I'd like to do is, how do I add a set of characters to a variable? Because sometimes you'll want to take some data and stick it together and stick it together and stick it together, like you're building a CSV, a comma separated value list, you're building, creating a sentence, or creating a message for an outbound email. And so this gives you another example of how you would do that using the keyword imagine. So imagine is how you kind of conjure a variable, if you will, or start where you start from. Go back to keywords and terms. And then you can do things along the lines of, how do I send an email? Right? And then this is going to give you a number of different variabilities of how you would go about sending an email. So a bunch of different examples, still giving you that that reference. So here you can see 4 different examples, and then we see sending emails as the source. We can click on that, and we can see here's some more information surrounding sending emails. And then lastly, we can go into table operations, and this is the questions that I'm asking here are by no means limited to just what I'm asking here, but this is just trying to show you the breadth of what we can ask here. So here I'm going to say, how do I get the columns of a table, right? So what I really want to do is get all the headers, right? So there are commands out there there is a command out there to go ahead and retrieve this, and that would be within the tables functionality of Kognitos. And so it's going to go out and find this. So get the tables, column name, you can do that. You can get the table's last column, you can say get the table's columns. So all of this is stored in table operations. So perhaps you may not even understand exactly what you're looking for. You can scroll through here and see exactly what operations are available, and perhaps this will help to spur some ideas of how you can handle the situation at hand. And so that's what I had to show you with regard to the help section of Kognitos, as well as the documentation for right now. We'll explore that documentation in further videos, future videos. But bye for now.